closing all this out, one of the most common questions we've gotten since the inception of the site has always been, should I upgrade? Should I buy or wait? And the answer is not so simple as us just picking one of those two choices. It really comes down to what the owner of the system wants. So the question, should I upgrade, at this point is basically answered with, do you want to? And to answer that, what you need to look at is, for the workloads you're running today, whether that's gaming or something else, let's just say it's gaming for now. If you're running games and you are dissatisfied with the gaming performance, then, well, yeah, I guess upgrade, especially if you can afford it and you are unhappy with the performance of the current system. If you play games and you don't really feel like you're noticing your system as a limitation in any way, then just leave it alone, keep playing on it, and stretch it as long as you can, because it'll save you money and it's less wasteful anyway. You could always do an upgrade for the next generation. We've lost the 4770K. So if you should upgrade, well, the ideal choices would be something like an R5 3600 or 3600X. If you're trying to spend in the $200 range, you do get an actually sometimes massive performance uplift in gaming, which was not true for the first generation of Ryzen CPUs. So that's changed quite a bit in the last 2 years. But the 3600 is a great choice for people trying to spend about the same as your 4690K was originally. And the 9700K would be a big gaming targeted uplift for owners of the 4790K. We're okay kind of with recommending the 9700K. It's not our favorite chip to recommend. The 9900K is much easier to defend in that category. It still feels kind of bad to buy the 9700K with its artificial lockdowns on it, but it is the more linear progression from a 4790K if you are gaming only focused. If you've expanded the things you do on the system, and maybe these days you play around more with Adobe Premiere, or maybe with tile-based rendering, compression, decompression, especially if you do a lot of workloads with dealing with a lot of files that get compressed, decompressed on a regular basis, then Ryzen's a good consideration. If you're gaming only, then 9700K, or at the cheaper end, but still a major performance uplift, would be the 3600. Those are our two primary recommendations for this one. And if you do want more of the production slant with less of the gaming slant these days, but at the original i7 pricing, then something like a 3700X makes sense. We'd say skip the 3800X entirely. It's basically more or less a waste of money. You could push the 3700X if you wanted to a little bit further to get there. So that's the stack. At this point, upgrading the 4690 or 4790K CPUs will have a significant impact on even just gaming performance at the same price categories for each. The advent of Ryzen means it's possible to get massively better CPUs for production at that price point as well. And if you are on a very strict budget, and you can find one, and that's the hard part, a 4790K upgrade from a 4690K would allow you to keep your entire platform. So you'd keep the memory, the motherboard, you could probably leave the video card alone too at this point, and save some money there and just spend on the CPU. Feels kind of bad to spend a lot of money on a used CPU, or an old CPU especially, so we'd really want to see it around like the $50 US range. Maybe you could stretch to 70, but that does feel really bad to spend on chips that old. But it would potentially save you money on the rest of the system. So it just depends on your financial situation for that. But that's a worthwhile option to look into. Maybe you could sell a 4690K and put that money, because you'd probably be ripping them off too, you'd put that money towards getting ripped off on a 4790K, because that's just how the used market is, unfortunately. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and go to store.gamersnexus.net to help us out directly by picking up things like our mod mats, which are back in stock and shipping now, by the way, in both the large and medium sizes. And you can go to patreon.com/gamersnexus for some bonus behind-the-scenes episodes. We'll see you all next time.